Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our country, our cities, our states, and our country, and sometimes around the world. And this one is straight out of California. California is falling apart every minute, every hour of every day. And this one is a big one that happened on Easter Sunday about theft and stealing. But this is a huge one. So let's get into it. Burglars steal $30 million in cash from a Los Angeles money storage facility, one of the largest cash heists ever. The FBI and Los Angeles Police Department are investigating one of the largest cash heists in the city's history after as much as $30 million was stolen from a San Fernando Valley money storage facility. A law enforcement source briefed on the investigation told CNN last Thursday. The burglary happened on the night of Easter Sunday at a facility in Silmar, a suburban neighborhood in the San Fernando Valley, where cash from businesses across the region is handled and stored, the source said. Los Angeles Times first reported the incident. The FBI Los Angeles office told CNN they are investigating a large theft in the San Fernando Valley and are working jointly with the LAPD, but would not share any other details, citing an ongoing investigation. The LAPD referred all comments to the FBI. Burglars gained access to the building and entered the vault without setting off the alarms, and investigators believe it is a sophisticated group based on their ability to evade detection, the source said. One of the areas of focus for the investigation is whether the group had inside knowledge of the facility. Duh, of course they did, said the source, who added that the heist was discovered on Monday. So they got away a whole day. If they did it on Sunday, they had 24 hours to get away. What unbelievable. The facility was operated by private security firm Garda World, the source said. CNN has reached out to the company for comment on the incident. According to the LA Times, previously the largest cash heist in the city happened on September 12, 1997, when $18.9 million was stolen from the former site of the Dunbar Armored Inc. facility on Mateo Street. Those suspects were eventually caught. Wow, what an incredible story. You talk about the motto, chasing a bag by any means necessary. This is clearly that case. And they had 24 hours. They went completely undetected. I completely believe this is an inside job. I mean, how would they know where? I mean, they have infrared detection lasers that will tap off the alarm system. So it's obvious, and they get away with $30 million. These guys, whoever has done this, have probably been sitting and watching this place for a year or two. With that kind of money, that kind of hit, a group might sit 2 years waiting on something like this. What in the world? But I brought this story up. Of course, I'm not for someone stealing or a heist like this or doing anything illegal. As you all know, this is such a big deal. I don't even understand the mechanism for why the money is in a storage facility versus a bank. So that's all beyond my scope. And I don't know what they're doing in California. California has so much chaos and disruption going on, it's not even funny. Now minimum wage, even for people that work at McDonald's, has gone up to $20 an hour. They're saying a lot of stores are closing from Southern California to Northern California due to defunding of the police in Oakland and San Francisco. to the shoplifting and looting, the cashless bail system, where if you commit a minor crime, you can get out on the same day under your own recognizance and have a later court date. And of course, people don't show up for that. And now you have this huge heist that just took $30 million on Easter Sunday. Look at the dichotomy and the hypocrisy in that. We have a boiling point. Nobody wants to talk about it. Our middle class, does it even exist anymore? Is it just the haves and the have-nots? And California clearly displays that. You have Skid Row with a 50,000, 100,000, whatever the number is, of people living out on the street, mental illness, the opioid crisis, homelessness, real issues, gun violence, assaults happening right there in LA. And then you drive 2 minutes away and they're $25 and $35 million homes. We have this duality and this dichotomy that's going on between rich and poor. I don't even know if we have a sustainable middle class. There are so many people suffering today, and not that there haven't been bank robberies or heists before, but I think you're going to see more of this kind of egregious negative behavior. People's bellies are hungry. There's a belly in a beast in their belly, and people are suffering. Our politicians have gotten all caught up in such a menage of nonsense, and it's not relatable to the average citizen, that people are suffering mentally. Joblessness, homelessness, the opioid crisis, anxiety, stress. Kids are stressed out and doing all kinds of crazy things. There's chaos and disruption inside many of these homes, let alone in our cities and our communities. And a lot of this stuff is playing out like a movie. I mean, this straight out of the movie Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro back in the day. I mean, they didn't have a shootout, but that's what's going to be next. You're seeing kids are gunning each other down in broad daylight, whether it's Chicago, Philadelphia, California, the gang violence. And now these guys, whoever did this, probably have been sitting watching for 18 months. $30 million you could sit for 2 years, and they got 24 hours to get away. And a lot of times with these kinds of heists, the more time you put on it, the greater their opportunity is of getting away. The other thing, but a lot of times they also get caught, especially if they're doing armored vehicles or banks. Those dollar bills have magnets and markings in them, and a lot of times those individuals get caught from that. I don't know how this works with this storage unit where they were housing money from multiple businesses, not only in the state of California, but it sounds like on the West Coast, where those bills completely marked, where they're traceable. And then you got to remember, in California, it's not like Missouri or Illinois or Chicago, where they're in the middle of the state. They're right on the border. Depending on who did this, they could be out of the country in no time if they've had 24 hours. So this is going to be a big deal for the FBI and Los Angeles Police Department. Don't forget, a few days ago, Puffy's house got raided with Homeland Security. There is so much craziness that's going on in the state of California. It's almost like it's its own little third world country. I think Governor Gavin Newsom is destroying that. His legislation and his politics have decimated the state of California. He's not in it by itself. You got congressmen and senators out of California, but Oakland they defunded the police and have these liberal laws. Oakland is being destroyed. San Francisco has been being destroyed. Homelessness, property damage, gun violence, murders, the opioid crisis, mental health is all across this country. But California is a prime example. If we don't get this thing together and have a sustainable middle class, California is a prime example. Will be the first state that will blow up, eat its own children, and then it will go all the way across the country to where we will have complete civil unrest in America if we don't get this under control. Our country is headed in the wrong direction. Tell me what you think. This is a Trevor Donald Experience.